Hey
Chozzies, welcome back to your program. And if you really love us, sub J names.
We want to talk to you today about Lin-Manuel Miranda's Aaron Burr Hamilton.
About Hamilton, yes. And Lin-Manuel Miranda's Aaron Burr specifically.
Yes.
I'm an Aaron Burr I feel bad saying this. I'm a Lin-Manuel Miranda's Aaron Burr supporter. It's a mouthful.
We went to go see Hamilton in theaters the other day for
movie theaters.
Yes.
Specifically, because I realized as I've been saying that to people, it does sound like I just saw a live performance of Hamilton, which I wish. I would love.
I saw it in Boston not even a couple of years ago, like in 2019, because I got into Hamilton very shortly after it was, I think, released in the Rogers Theater. I don't know how you would frame that.
Once it moved to Broadway?
Yeah, once it moved to Broadway. I had a friend who was really into like the niche theater scene at the time. So she had gotten into it before they moved to Rogers. So I've been a big fan for quite some time.
Anyway, I was a theater kid, as well, but I was what I like to call a fake theater kid and or a pretentious as fuck theater kid.
Yeah.
Because I knew so many old shows and musicals, and anything that was currently on Broadway was way off my radar. I had no earthly clue. Like, I would be doing local theater with fellow teenagers, and they'd be like doing raps from Hamilton, like singing Dear Evan Hansen, and I'd be like, does anyone know like the Pajama Game? Bye Bye Birdie, anyone? I don't like the Pajama Game. I was just doing that in voice lessons, but like, anyone want to talk about Singing in the Rain? Perhaps? Yeah. So I knew of Hamilton. My chorus did a medley, like my high school chorus did a Hamilton medley the year it got like super big, but I never got into it. I got into one song per year starting the pandemic up until now. And then this year, that one song really scratched an itch in my brain in a new way. It usually was in a manic way.
But now it's in a shy, just a silly dance way.
That was the original manic song. Yeah, Say No to This is what I originally knew in 2020. But now, this year, I was reintroduced to Wait For It.
Oh, yes.
And I went, wait for it. And then I got super, super, super into it, because I've always been a big fan of Lin-Manuel Miranda's pen. It is mighty.
One thing about him,
he can write.
He knows how to write a woman.
He just knows how to write generally.
He does.
But yeah, and an OCDiva.
He loves women.
He does love women. It's very clear.
Shout out my Puerto Rican heritage. No, so I'm a huge fan. I memorized it because I went to Catholic school, so I had to do like mandatory mass. So I memorized it very early on, and it is what I would play in my head during mass. I would just go through the entire soundtrack. That's how well I knew the album or the soundtrack. My favorite, big Alexander Hamilton fan.
The song.
No, just as a character, not like of his choices, but I find myself
Lin-Manuel Miranda
does Alexander Hamilton.
Yeah.
Just find myself in terms of, are you more a Hamilton or a Burr? I'm definitely more of a Hamilton. I love Nonstop. It's one of my favorite.
Nonstop is so good.
It's one of my favorite Broadway songs. Because I feel I wasn't a poser. I was a theater kid, but I wasn't into anything that was too niche or indie. So I was definitely into more mainstream things. Like, I knew Dear Evan Hansen, I knew all of that jazz. I knew like older things like Chicago and stuff like that. I like I'm calling it older, it's not that old.
No, but still, compared to Hamilton.
Like, I didn't keep up with any Broadway news per se. Because I have a lot of friends who were into theater and study theater in, not high school, in college. Especially because the school that I went to was a very big theater school, or pretty big one.
Yeah.
Yet my favorite joke is that out of all of my friends who even have undergraduates in theater, I have the most, and I don't want to call it indie or niche because I feel like it's not that.
It's not, I know.
It's not that niche. And yet I am the only one of my friends to have ever seen falsettos.
Yeah.
Which I find funny.
I think it's just one where, like, if you already have an obsession, like, people know of it, but they don't track it down more as, like, theater kids. I really want to see it. I always did. I wasn't allowed to when I was a teenager, which is also another reason why I didn't get a lot of like the more modern ones.
When falsettos had a theatrical release back in the day, I was supposed to see it with my best friend at the time who I had a crush on, So it was really tea, but it was rated like, I think it was rated R.
It is, yeah.
It was just, I think it's just because of, it used one too many swears, I want to say. Because I can't imagine.
Was it sexual at all?
Not in an R-rated way.
Okay. Well, like, 'cause Chicago is R for that reason.
Oh, so maybe.
Yeah.
Interesting. I don't know. But we didn't get to see it, but I ended up seeing it when it was released on, I think it was like PBS or something.
Do we want to name our top 5 songs from it?
Yes. You go first. I've got to get mine in order.
You'll Be Back.
So good. Fun.
Thank you. Also, side note, but also related, every Jonathan Groff solo song from any show he's done, that is my vocal range. That is my sweet spot. You'll Be Back and fucking Lost in the Woods from Frozen 2. Those are go-to karaoke songs for me because I can hit every note there really well. I'm a fucking tenor. Or I should be. But You'll Be Back, Nonstop got really big for me this year. I can't get rid of Say No to This because that's just like what really hooked me.
It used to be my least favorite, fun fact.
It was everyone's least favorite. Everyone hates Say No to This, and I was like, "Oh, you made the wrong sucker a cold" is the most fire line I've ever heard.
I just do a little dance when I say no to this part, so now it's fun for me.
Okay, wait. So what have I said? I said You'll Be Back, Nonstop, Say No to This, Wait for It, and I think for my last one, I'm gonna throw in, I think, another Aaron Burr. I think Where It Happens.
Alright.
He's my favorite character.
These are in no particular order,
Yeah,
and I feel like this is gonna say a lot about my personality. Nonstop, as I said.
Yeah, we're both there.
Satisfied.
I knew you would say that.
Yes. Burn.
I knew you would say that too.
Yeah. I really like, I think it's just called My Shot.
Oh, My Shot is
My
really
Shot
good.
really makes me feel emotional every single time. I think especially as a political science, like, degree holder. That's why I studied it.
Yeah. His lines about death in that
Are so-
I have cried.
They get me every time. And I feel, what's it called? Okay, I'm adding a 6.
Okay.
Just because, especially with the experience that I had this last time going, it's not necessarily a fun one for me, but it was just so emotional. It's Quiet Uptown is such a visceral song for me. Every time I think about that song, I cry. And when we watched it in theaters, we were sitting next to a family, and when Eliza screamed,
It's so good.
okay, I'll make this quick.
No, you're good.
She like reached over to her kids and like squeezed them really tight and held them even harder when she, like in the song they're like, hold your kids tight. Visceral. But then the other one is I think it's called Teach Them How to Say Goodbye. That one again is also personal to me because that was like
History Has Its Eyes on You.
History Has Its Eyes on You.
Because I was gonna say if I were to add a 6th one, it'd be that.
Although I really debated about putting The Room Where It Happens because I do really like that one as well. It's just such a good.
It's so good.
Everything is so good.
No, because as we were doing stuff too, like I wanted to put Satisfied, then I was like, I just know in my heart that like it's not one of the top ones for me.
Yeah.
But like it's so good. It gets stuck in my head all the time. I've been singing in the shower a lot.
As I say, Satisfied. One, love her little. Can you call it a rap?
Yeah,
like her little rap in the middle. Love it. Also, just like personally, yeah, that.
We were trying to figure out because Chy was saying after we came back from it that they were like, I'm definitely an Angelica Schuyler, and I was sitting there and I was going, I'm none of the 3. I think I'm Aaron Burr. I would want to play King George. If I wanted to play one of the sisters, it would be Peggy because I would want to be in Say No to This.
I feel like I am an Angelica Schuyler. And then I feel like just by default, you would be Hamilton immediately after that. So,
you would be?
No, I feel like anyone who is Angelica Schuyler.
Oh, is Hamilton by default?
Yeah,
after.
your next one after is
I know, and that's
Alexander
fair.
Hamilton.
And you did say earlier that you relate to Hamilton, so that makes sense.
I just think that, especially with Angelica's, like, her aspect of womanhood, of needing to climb to the top, and also she's the one who ultimately doesn't get what she wants, but still shows up for the people at the end.
Yeah.
So, and I think that's more.
We never dove into the fact that Aaron Burr has OCD. We just mentioned it.
He's an OCD.
He's Lin-Manuel Miranda's Aaron Burr. is so OCD coded, and that's why I love him so much. He's such a tragic character to me.
Such a tragic character,
It's
and Leslie
so-
Odom Jr. does a phenomenal job. If you didn't see the little documentary that they put beforehand, you were really missing out,
Oh my
because
God.
Leslie Odom Jr. even mentions that when they were
He
at
was
Vassar,
destined for that role.
Yes. He got the very last seat in the room that I think they were doing a reading or something.
They were doing, and
Yeah.
to like get their shows optioned, you do kind of like a sing through situation, like a read through.
And so he got the very last seat in the room. And he literally thought to himself, whoever gets to sing, wait for it.
Is a lucky guy.
Yeah. I mean, he says so much in his eyes because Aaron Burr, just as a character, is
there's so much happening in his brain.
He's just not stone cold, but he's purposely trying not to have his emotions read. And so the fact that Leslie Odom Jr. has it read through his eyes.
The obsession, like the pure OCD is so there and so scrumptious to me.
So good. So this was the first time I had seen the Pro Shop because I had seen it in person. I had heard the soundtrack a million bajillion times. But if you haven't seen the Pro Shop, one, you should have saw it in theaters. So
it's
sorry.
Still in theaters.
It is.
Will this go up in time? It might.
Maybe.
Yeah.
This is at like the tail end of when it's in theaters. So if you see this and it's still in theaters or you get a chance to, go see it in theaters. If not, put it on a projector and or on a really big screen and pretend like you are sitting in the front row at the theater. That's how we did it.
Yeah.
It was by coincidence because it was a packed
theater. We ended up second to the front.
Yeah.
But it's perfect.
It was perfect. It felt like we were at the theater. The Pro...
Jonathan Groff was going to spit on me.
And see, the thing is, I also never watched the Pro Shop because, one, I want to see it in a really good format. I never thought it would be released in theaters, but I wanted to like give it its proper time. And two, I had heard the soundtrack so many times and saw it played live that I was like, I feel like I super don't need to see it. But the original actors in it,
so good.
amazing, phenomenal.
The levels of gentleness they each have, depending on the scene, and the choices when they're like making to play their lines more gentle and more soft is so compelling and so genius. Because I think a lot of it, like, because a script is just a script, you kind of make it your own. Like, it's a phenomenal fucking script, but like you could read a line with any intonation that you really want. So like a lot of their choices of like when they're getting quieter, when they're being more intense, it's so, and I know that has to do with the director as well.
Yeah.
But it's just the actors are so good at what they're doing.
To build off of that, there's also so much that the soundtrack is a phenomenal soundtrack, but there's also so much that is lost because it is a soundtrack.
Yes.
So if you think that the soundtrack is phenomenal, the Pro Shot's even better because there's just so much more that the actors can do on a stage and in between lines and everything.
Yeah, because you're playing to a live audience, so you know how to make a joke for that live audience.
Yes, and it's so, and also there's like little whispers that they do and little like gags that they have that just, it would read well in a soundtrack.
I think it's during Reynolds Pamphlet when, not Lafayette.
Reynolds Pamphlet, Thomas Jefferson.
Thank you. Thomas Jefferson is being like, have y'all seen this? The last one he does is to the fucking pit.
Yeah.
That's so funny. You don't get that from the soundtrack, but he's talking, like, you're kind of involved, and a lot of the show is very fourth wall. So having that moment.
I didn't give a shit about Jefferson in the soundtrack. David Diggs in the thing, amazing. Absolutely phenomenal. I'm blanking on his name, but the guy that plays James Madison and
Hercules Mulligan.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
We will insert his name here.
Jordan landed.
Oh, Jordan landed. We have to go, but we will insert his name here to make sure that he gets his proper credit.
Yes, we loved him
was
too.
Absolutely amazing. Anyways, I will end the video because Rozzy's got it now. But anyways, subscribe. We have our. You're fine. We have our links down below. Make sure to check them out. Anyways, we'll see you next time. You're fine.